loaded stretching has been a part of both athletic training and bodybuilding training for over 50 years. Well, first of all, it originates from the training of gymnasts who do lots of loaded stretching, both as part of their competition movements, but also as part of their training exercises. Then several bodybuilders started using that, the first one being Chuck Sipes. Chuck Sipes was Mr. Universe, Mr. America, Mr. World in the 1960s. And one of his main back exercise that he used to build muscle was he would hang himself from a chin-up bar with a heavy dumbbell between his legs, and he would hold that stretch position for as long as he could tolerate. He believed that this was the best way to build the lats. Then that was followed by guys like John Perillo, who used loaded stretching for bodybuilding purposes. Then more recently, Dante Trudel and Dr. Scott Stevenson, who've been using those movements. In the realm of performance training, I've been using loaded stretching for over 15 years, and so has Jay Schroeder, who works with a lot of NFL players. Now, loaded stretching, as we will cover in the next 4 capsules, cover many benefits as far as building muscle, building performance, and also increasing mobility and reducing the risk of injuries. Now, my variation is called EQIs, Eccentric Quasi-Isometric, because it basically includes both an isometric, trying to hold yourself in place, and an eccentric. The way you do it is that you first use an exercise where the target muscle is placed in a stretched position while against a load. The load could either be my body weight, like the exercise I will demonstrate here, the EQI push-up, or it could be a dumbbell, for example, doing a dumbbell fly or another loaded exercise. The main principle is the same. The muscle has to be placed under load, contracted while being in the stretch position. So, for example, here, the EQIs push-up, I would put myself in the stretch position of the push-up here, so my chest is stretched. In that position, I'm actively contracting my pectorals, trying to squeeze my hands in, and I squeeze my upper back. I'm trying to hold that position as long as possible. As I get fatigued, my body will start to sink down because I can't hold myself up anymore. I'm still trying to actively keep myself up, but because of the fatigue, I will sink down lower and lower and lower. And I would keep on doing that until the pain is too much, because you will build up lots of lactic acid from that movement. So I'm holding myself up, contracting the chest, contracting the upper back. Then I'm trying to hold that position as long as possible. When the muscle fibers get fatigued, they are not strong enough to hold myself up, and I start to sink down. But I'm still trying to fight off, trying to keep myself up. That is a tremendous growth stimulation for a reason we will cover in the next capsule, but it's also an amazing way to increase dynamic mobility, extensibility of the muscle when it's being contracted, which transfers to sporting performance. So in the following capsules, I will cover why EQIs work so well to build muscle, to increase performance, and to reduce the risk of injuries and increase mobility. So stay tuned.